The text came in at 11:42 p.m., glowing cold against the ceiling above my bed. Why were you at the shelter again? Who is she? My chest tightened. Beside me, my wife Lena slept on her side, one hand curled under her cheek like she still trusted the world. I stared at the message from my grandfather, one of the richest men in the state, a man who believed money solved everything, and felt something crack open inside me. He had followed me. For weeks, I'd been slipping out early in the mornings and coming home late, inventing excuses that sounded thin even to my own ears. Extra shifts. Helping a friend. Lena would nod, but her smile never quite reached her eyes. She'd started keeping her phone face down. I told myself I was being paranoid. I always did. The shelter sat on the edge of town, a converted warehouse that smelled like disinfectant and old coffee. I volunteered there 3 nights a week. Not for charity points or redemption. God knows my grandfather had enough of those to buy a cathedral, but because it was the only place I felt honest anymore. That night, when I walked out, he was waiting by my car. Why aren't you using your inheritance? He barked, cane tapping the pavement. Why are you sneaking around like this? Are you having an affair with some woman who needs saving? The accusation hit harder than I expected. Maybe because a part of me had already been asking that same question. About Lena. I laughed, sharp and humorless. Not everything is about money. And not everything is about sex. He looked at me like I'd insulted him. You think I don't know betrayal when I see it? I drove home shaking. When I walked in, Lena was sitting at the kitchen table, phone in her hand. She looked up too fast. You're late, she said. So are you, I replied before I could stop myself. Her phone buzzed. She flipped it over. That was when the doubt turned into something heavier. I started noticing things I'd ignored before. Missed calls she explained away with weak smiles, texts she deleted too quickly, the way she'd flinch when I kissed her neck from behind. At night, she'd turn away from me, claiming she was tired. I replayed our memories like evidence, our wedding, our first apartment, the way she used to wait up for me no matter how late I worked. Now everything felt edited. I found the proof by accident. Her old tablet, buried in a drawer, lit up with a notification while I was looking for a charger. A name I didn't recognize. A heart emoji. I shouldn't have opened it. I did anyway. I miss you. When can I see you again? My ears rang. My hands went numb. The messages weren't graphic, just intimate in that quiet, devastating way. Inside jokes, late-night confessions, plans to be careful. I sat on the floor until my back hit the cabinet and stayed there until the sun came up. When I confronted her, I didn't yell. I think that scared her more. It didn't mean anything, she said, crying into her hands. I was lonely. You were always gone. Gone where? I asked. Helping people who have nothing. She looked at me then, really looked. You never told me why. I was trying to remember who I was, I said. Because at home, I felt invisible. She admitted it wasn't just texting. It had been meetings. Coffee. Once, a hotel. Each word landed like a measured blow. She said she was sorry. She said she loved me. I believed both, and neither. My grandfather called the next day. You were right, I told him. There was a betrayal. Just not the one you thought. He was quiet for a long moment. Come by the house. I didn't. Instead, I went back to the shelter. I served soup. I listened. I let strangers tell me their stories without interruption. No one accused me of anything there. No one expected me to be bought or owned or replaced. Lena moved out a week later. We cried. We hugged. We said things that felt true and things that didn't. Love doesn't disappear when trust dies. It just has nowhere safe to live. I don't know what my future looks like. I know I'm not rich like my grandfather, and I'm not married anymore. But I know this. The shelter taught me something my family never did. You don't need billions to lose everything. And sometimes, walking away is the first honest thing you do.